Every day, bustling crowds fill our streets, malls, and public spaces. Yet, there are those who consistently steer clear of these throngs. You might have seen them, the person walking alone on the opposite side of the street, or the one sitting solo in a cafe while the crowd buzzes outside. Have you ever wondered why they avoid crowds? What drives someone to seek solitude in a world that often feels like it's moving at a breakneck speed? It's not just about introversion. There's a hidden psychology at play here, and understanding it might just make you see the world, and yourself, in a new light. Stick around, because this is about to get interesting. The appeal of solitude. In the quiet corners of a bustling city, there's a growing number of people who find solace in solitude. They're not antisocial, they're not lonely. They simply prefer the company of their own thoughts. This preference isn't about avoiding people, it's about seeking a different kind of connection. One that doesn't require small talk or eye contact. One that allows them to recharge and reflect. Consider the introvert who finds a book more engaging than a crowded party, or the artist who needs silence to create. Their brains are wired to find stimulation in internal experiences. Solitude isn't a punishment for them. It's a sanctuary. It's where they can process the day's events, solve problems, and gain clarity. It's their version of a power nap, but for the mind. Think about the last time you were truly alone. Not just physically, but mentally. No phone, no music, no distractions. Just you and your thoughts. It can be uncomfortable at first. Our brains aren't used to the silence. But for those who seek solitude, it's a chance to reconnect with themselves. It's a chance to hear their own voice without the noise of the world drowning it out. In a world that's constantly connected, solitude is a rare commodity. It's a chance to slow down, to reflect, to be present. It's not for everyone, but for those who crave it, it's a necessity. It's not about avoiding people. It's about choosing a different kind of connection. One that's just as meaningful, just as profound, but happens in the quiet corners of our minds. Evolutionary roots of crowd aversion. Ever noticed how some people feel uneasy in crowded spaces? It's not just about personal preference. It turns out, this aversion might be rooted deep in our evolutionary past. Our ancestors lived in small groups. Safety was a priority, and being surrounded by too many unfamiliar individuals could signal danger. This instinct is still with us today. Large crowds can trigger a fight-or-flight response, even if there's no immediate threat. It's a primal reaction, a remnant of our evolutionary wiring. Think about it. In a crowd, personal space disappears. This can be overwhelming because, evolutionarily, we are wired to be cautious of situations where we are vulnerable. Ever felt a bit anxious in a packed subway or a crowded concert? That's your ancient brain saying, "Hey, this isn't safe. First, don't know who's around me." Moreover, crowds can be unpredictable. Our ancestors valued control and predictability for survival. In a crowd, control is lost. You can't anticipate what everyone will do. This unpredictability can make us uncomfortable. It's like our brain is constantly scanning for potential threats, even if there aren't any. That's why some people prefer solitude or small groups. It's not just about enjoying peace and quiet. It's about feeling safe and in control, just like our ancestors did. The role of personality traits. Ever noticed how some people seem to go out of their way to avoid crowded places? They're not just being difficult. Their personality traits might be at play. Introverts, for instance, often prefer solitude or small groups. They tend to feel drained after socializing, even if they enjoyed the interaction. Crowds can be overwhelming for them, leading to what's known as social fatigue. It's not that they dislike people, they simply need time to recharge. Think of it like a phone battery. After extensive use, it needs to be plugged in to regain power. Introverts are similar. They need alone time to feel energized. Then there are those with high neuroticism. This trait is characterized by a tendency to experience negative emotions. Crowds can heighten feelings of anxiety or stress. The noise, the unpredictability, and the lack of personal space can trigger a fight-or-flight response. It's not just about being a bit nervous. For some, it's a genuine physical reaction. Picture a crowded subway during rush hour. The heat, the noise, the jostling. It's a sensory overload that can be too much to handle. This is why some people choose to avoid such situations altogether. On the other end of the spectrum, there are individuals with high openness to experience. They might avoid crowds not because they're uncomfortable, but because they're seeking something different. They might prefer unique, less traveled paths over crowded tourist spots. It's not about the number of people, but the quality of the experience. They might enjoy a quiet hike in nature more than a bustling city festival. This doesn't mean they're antisocial. They simply have a different preference for how they spend their time. It's like choosing a gourmet meal over fast food. Both have their merits, but personal preference dictates the choice. Social anxiety and crowds. Ever notice how some people seem to disappear when a crowd forms? It's not always about being antisocial. For many, crowds trigger a primal response rooted in social anxiety. This isn't just about feeling shy, it's a complex interplay of genetics, brain chemistry, and past experiences. Think of it like a traffic jam in the brain. The amygdala, the part responsible for processing emotions, goes into overdrive. It's as if the brain's alarm system is stuck on high alert. This can lead to physical symptoms like a racing heart, sweating, and even panic attacks. It's not just about feeling uncomfortable, it's a full-blown physical reaction. Consider a concert or a busy mall. For someone with social anxiety, these places aren't just noisy and crowded, they're overwhelming. The sheer number of people can feel like an invasion of personal space. It's not just about the crowd, it's about the unpredictability. You never know who might bump into you, who might start a conversation, or who might invade your personal space. This unpredictability can be paralyzing. It's like trying to navigate a maze blindfolded. Every step is uncertain, every turn is a surprise. That's why crowds can be so anxiety-inducing. Let's talk about the brain's role in this. Neuroimaging studies have shown that people with social anxiety have a hyperactive amygdala. This part of the brain is responsible for processing fear and anxiety. When faced with a crowd, it can go into overdrive. It's like a smoke detector that's too sensitive. It goes off at the slightest sign of danger, even when there isn't any. This can lead to a vicious cycle of anxiety. The more the amygdala is activated, the more it becomes sensitized. The more it's sensitized, the more it's activated. It's a never-ending loop. Now, let's consider the role of past experiences. Trauma can play a significant role in social anxiety. If someone has had a negative experience in a crowd, their brain is more likely to associate crowds with danger. It's like a bad restaurant experience. If you've had food poisoning at a particular place, you're less likely to go back. The brain learns to avoid situations that it associates with danger. This is a survival mechanism. It's the brain's way of protecting itself. But in the case of social anxiety, this mechanism can go into overdrive. It can lead to avoidance behaviors that can be debilitating. The benefits of being a crowd avoider. You might notice that some people seem to disappear when a crowd forms. They're not antisocial, they're just wired differently. For them, avoiding crowds isn't about missing out. It's about gaining something else, something valuable. They've discovered a quiet power in solitude and small groups. For instance, have you ever seen someone slip out of a party early, only to later hear they had a productive evening at home? That's not a coincidence. Crowd avoiders often use that time to recharge and focus on personal projects. They're the ones who might finish a book, start a side business, or simply enjoy a peaceful night in while others are out. Consider the noise levels at a typical concert. It's not just the music, it's the buzz of thousands of conversations, the shuffling of feet, the occasional scream. For crowd avoiders, this isn't just annoying, it's overwhelming. Their brains are wired to process these stimuli differently. Studies suggest that introverts, who often avoid crowds, have more active dopamine receptors. This means they find deep, meaningful interactions more rewarding than the fleeting excitement of a packed room. So, while others might crave the energy of a crowded event, crowd avoiders find their energy in quieter, more intimate settings. Think about the last time you were in a crowded restaurant. The wait for a table, the noise, the jostling for attention. Crowd avoiders skip this stress. They often choose smaller, local spots where they can enjoy a meal without the hassle. This isn't just about comfort, it's about efficiency. They get better service, enjoy their food more, and often spend less time waiting. It's a practical approach that many people overlook. Plus, they're less likely to catch a bug going around. Fewer people mean fewer germs, which is always a bonus. It's a simple fact. Avoiding crowds can be a smart health move. You know, it's not just about enjoying your alone time. It's about understanding yourself better. By recognizing why crowds make you uncomfortable, you're already taking a big step towards managing it. Whether it's the noise, the loss of control, or the fear of judgment, knowing your triggers is half the battle. You're not alone in this. There are many others out there who feel the same way. And that's okay. It's your unique perspective that makes you, you. Remember, it's not about changing who you are, but about understanding and accepting yourself better. If you found this video helpful, maybe you'll want to explore more about understanding your unique personality traits. And hey, if you know someone who avoids crowds, share this video with them. They might find it just as insightful. We have a lot more content coming up that dives deep into understanding the human mind. So, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. We can't wait to explore more of these fascinating topics with you. Until next time, keep embracing your uniqueness. It's what makes you rare and special.